next question is, how can we distinguish between breast milk reactivity, or I'm gonna switch verbiage here a little bit. So it says how to distinguish between breast milk allergy and oversupply issue. So I don't want to say breast milk allergy because we don't have an allergy to the breast milk. We have reactivity to proteins that are transferred to the breast milk. So how do we differentiate between food reactivity through the breast versus an oversupply issue? That's a really good question. So as we're looking at oversupply issues, oftentimes first, like, look for oversupply, right? And I know it's not always super clear, but working with an IBCLC can be really helpful here. So if you suspect that you're navigating an oversupply, some of the things that may be red flags, not requirement to have an oversupply, but can be red flags for an oversupply, is that you're very, very, very full all of the time. Like, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I always need to pump or feed. You have a very fast letdown. Like, when you do let down, it is a fire hose. That you have an increased probability of mastitis, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm in pain. And in some cases, you know, like feeding length of time, right? Like, oh my gosh, baby got 3 ounces in 2 minutes, right? These kind of things to keep an eye out on for red flags, first and foremost, like on the oversupply side of the house. Now, like I said, you may not always see any or all of those red flags. That's why working with a professional can be helpful. The impact of the oversupply, then sometimes we see a shift in color. So it's really common for us to see like an algae green or like a forest green color for these stools of babies who have parents with oversupply. Sometimes we can see mucus in stool. More often than not though, that mucus is going to be consistent throughout the diaper, right? Again, back to that homogeneous. The diaper has mucus for sure, but it's all the way throughout the diaper and less so in concentrated forms, and also shouldn't cause blood and stool. And so those are, unless like baby is again straining and it's a fissure, or you have nipple damage, things like that. Now, again, so important. That's why many of our providers are IBCLCs, to navigate and piece out those pieces of like, are we navigating oversupply? Is that a contributing factor? Or are we more likely navigating food reactivity? And I appreciate the call out, because that is one that I don't think I hit on in the earlier discussion about mimicking factors. So thank you.